Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we are going to take a look at an absolutely incredible Jurassic Park figure, and as you can see, this is the Tyrannosaurus Rex from the original Jurassic Park film, Rexy or Roberta, whatever you would like to call her. And this is actually an ornament produced by Hallmark. It came out last year, I believe, but I was only recently able to get a hold of it when someone was selling it on Facebook. A good buddy of mine I noticed was selling it, and I scooped it up right away because why wouldn't I? It's absolutely awesome. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at it right now. So starting up here at the head sculpt, you can see they have absolutely beautifully captured the entire magic and feel of Rexy from Jurassic Park in that head sculpt. That looks extremely well done, and definitely an absolutely beautiful Jurassic Park style head sculpt to the Tyrannosaurus. And I love that they've given it quite a few different tones of color with like some lighter and darker browns, really nicely showing off some beautiful color variation in the head sculpt. You've got the really nicely sculpted nostrils, very nice detail all around the eyes. The eyes are painted with a yellow coloration and given a nice black pupil. The inside of the mouth as well looks really quite nice. There's a bit of a gloss to it, so it does shine quite realistically. The teeth are a little bit sloppy as far as the paintwork goes, but I don't think it's anything that really takes away from the figure much at all. The skin flap of the inside of the mouth as well sports some pretty nice detailing, and the coloration on the inside of the mouth I think is really nicely done overall. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. As we move down the body, you can see some really nice detailing there in the neck of our Rexy. Kind of some hanging skin here in the neck, which I think is just kind of due to the positioning of the body. You don't really see Rexy portraying that, or Roberta, or whatever you want to call her. You don't really see her portraying like hanging skin in the neck in the film, but I think maybe that's just due to the positioning of the neck kind of pushing the skin a little bit there. Nice detailing here on this side as well. Once we come down into the arms, you can see a seam for the arms, but that as well I don't think really takes away from the figure too much. You do have some nicely sculpted out hands there, nicely sculpted out arms as well, with some nicely painted nails. As we continue to move down into the body, you can really see the skin stretching on this side, again due to the dinosaur and the positioning of the body with it kind of turning so sharply to give off that iconic roar. The underside as well actually has that very cool Jurassic Park style stomach detail to the scaly effect right here, which is one thing that sometimes people miss, but it is awesome to see that that is present here on this figure. You can see the skin stretching nicely off of the body over here. You can also see the rib cage, and again the color variation is beautifully done for being just a random ornament. This is really nicely painted. You can also see the hip bone right here. Beautiful muscle tone as we move down the leg. Very nice foot sculpt. This is the side of the Rex that you don't get to see too much in this position because again we only see this in the film. As we come down the leg, we can see that the detailing looks beautiful as far as the skin texture. Very nicely painted nails down there on the feet as well. Nice detailing here in the tail. Again, as the tail turns and comes back down onto the ground, it looks beautiful. Very nicely sculpted. And you do have the banner here kind of waving past the Tyrannosaurus like you see in the film, and that as well looks perfect, picture perfect as far as both the appearance to it and the very nice paint application they've used. And then on this side you can see lots of really nice creasing and everything going on within the sculpt of the Tyrannosaurus. You can also see the hip bone right here. Very nicely done muscle tone and everything as we move down the leg. You can really see the Rex flexing all the muscles there quite beautifully. And the detail looks great the entire rest of the way up back to where we had started. You can again see the seams for the body where it connects, but I don't think that's too much of a big deal. And then you also have this little area here, which would connect your kind of strap to hang your ornament. The base itself looks really cool, having that very Jurassic Park type of a look like you see in the visitor center with lots of really nice kind of fossils and everything included. And then as we move by, you see a button right there, which we will show you what that's for here in just a second. But the base, I think, is picture perfect as far as both the sculpt and paint goes. And then for that button we just saw, it honestly doesn't get any cooler than that. As far as a size goes for our ornament, there's not really much going on other than a height. And for a height, you're looking at a little under 4.5 inches or about the 11.5 centimeter range For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Kilovosaurus, and Robert Muldoon from the Mattel Jurassic World toy line next to our Hallmark Jurassic Park Ornament. And you can see next to these figures that, of course, the Ornament does have a smaller size. You're not going to expect a huge ornament because it's not going to stay up on your tree very well. But I think even for being an ornament, it does actually sport a pretty decent size. It's nothing overly large or incredibly huge. It's pretty small as far as a Jurassic Park collectible goes, but at the same time, again, it's actually a really nicely sized model, and again, being an ornament, you're not going to expect it to be huge, so I think it's a really nicely sized collectible overall. So as far as this Jurassic Park Hallmark Roaring Rexy or Roberta ornament goes, it is absolutely fantastic. I am 100% in love with it and have been ever since I opened the box and took a look at it, because of course, being a huge Jurassic Park fan, this entire scene speaks volumes as far as the film goes. It's probably one of, if not the most iconic moments from the film, where the Rex just kind of destroys the raptors and saves the day and then lets out that awesome roar, and of course the banner falling down from the ceiling just completes the scene overall. And I think Hallmark has actually done a really good job here of capturing the overall beauty and just in general the awesomeness of Jurassic Park within this ornament, of course, including the beautiful Jurassic Park theme music, which really is just the icing on the cake as far as this entire thing goes. But even the Rex itself, for just being an ornament, sports an extremely nice sculpt overall, quite highly detailed, and actually a pretty decent paint job. There's not as much paint as you would often find on many high quality models or dinosaur figures that we often review on here, but again, it's just an ornament. You can't really expect too much as far as that goes, but even with it just being an ornament, I feel like the actual paint job on it is done fairly well. It has a nice amount of different tones of browns and everything. There's not really any sloppiness to the paint on the figure for the most part. It all looks like it's fairly nicely done, even including nail paint on the hands and feet and everything. So I think the paint job and the sculpt are actually really nicely done, and the base itself is incredible also, sporting that beautiful visitor center type look to it. And again, with the music, it is just as top notch as it gets. So if you would like to pick this up, I will do my best to include a link in the description to where you can do just that. So make sure you check the description, go buy this awesome Jurassic Park Hallmark ornament, and make sure you also like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.